Hey, the Tao Daily Tarot is just around the corner. As usual, here's your heads up card. The overall feel here of the reading is imagine, manifestation. And it's real simple. You have to do this to get this. This to get this. Using your imagination. I'll give you all the details. This is a fabulous read. Well, hello and welcome to this latest edition of the Tao Daily Tarot. Thank you for being here with me. After all, you make it all worthwhile. So thank you. Mucho thank you. I don't care if you're a first-timer, long-timer, cross-watcher. You are more than welcome here every single time. And I do a brand new read, by the way, every day, 365 days a year. So you can quickly hang in every day. And it's a quick read, too. It's only 10 minutes or so, give or take a minute. So easy to fit into your day. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's kind of step back a little bit. Let's deal with the first-timers. What makes this tarot reading different from other tarot readings? Well, first of all, I read the archetypal images, okay? I try not to add anything into a card, which is highly impossible because you always have intuitive feelings, and I kind of blend those in. But largely, I'm focusing on the archetypal images. I generally use 8 cards, sometimes 9, and I use them from 4 different decks. Gives a nice mix. Now, you say to me, well, Steve, geez, 8 or 9 cards, that's pretty simple. That's the whole point. This is the Tao Daily Tarot. The Tao is the simplest, most direct path. You know, more is not always better. Very often, more is just more, and more is confusing. Example. Ladies, let's say you're heading to a store. You want to pick out an outfit. Pick out shoes. There you go, shoes. You have a particular kind of shoe in mind, the style, the color, and everything, and you get into the store and you see all the other alternatives. What happens? It gets confusing. That's very often what a lot of tarot reads are. They throw out a lot of cards and say, here you go. Just 8 or 9 cards. Basic, simple, the Tao. Alrighty. Also, I focus on energies. The energies of coming, going, pushing, pulling. Because these are the energies that are affecting your life and affect everybody on the planet. Okay, I don't predict. I deal with the energies. It is an energetic weather report, literally an energetic weather report, because these energies are circulating around the planet at this point. How they manifest in everybody's life, that's what's different. So you take these energies and you apply them to your life. And the response that I've had from people who have been following the Tao Daily Tarot for quite some time say they love this approach because it gives them flexibility and it really gives them a sense of accuracy, concreteness, very little fog, very Tao, literally very Tao. I also do something called the Hyper Shuffle. That's different, and I'll show you in a minute. And again, as I mentioned, I try to get this read in about a 10-minute window, sometimes 11, sometimes 12, but generally 10 minutes because you're busy, you have things to do, you have a life to live, and a 10, 11-minute read, easy to fit into your life. Very clean, very simple, very Tao. Alrighty, good. Mentioned the Hyper Shuffle. Let me show you. And there you go. There is the Hyper Shuffle. Let's get to today's Tao Daily Tarot reading. The Oracle card coming out, Imagine. We've had this before. It's kind of interesting because I think for all of the change, for all of the movement, things are not really moving forward very much at all. That's why we're getting the repeat of cards. So what this is calling for is using your intuition, using your imagination to manifest. This is a prime time, apparently, for manifesting. Okay? Imagine. Remember, if you can see it, if you can feel it, you can imagine it, it will come into your life. Imagine, alrighty? So there you go. That's kind of a manifestation card. I like that very much to start off the read with. We move now to the energies of coming and going. And we have the Queen of Swords. Have had her once or twice in the past week. I like the card a great deal because the Queen of Swords, very honest, very straight up, has in the right hand, the sword of information, the sword of truth. The left hand is extended. So she is open Sort of like a book. She is willing to learn. She's willing to cut through the baloney. She's very perceptive, clever, straight-talking, nice lady. And again, what softens this card for me is the left hand extended. It is a friendly, open gesture. And what that tells me is that's probably how you have to start to form your imagination. You need to keep an open mind with what you're dealing with in the future, what you're heading towards in the future, what you're imagining for your future. And also in the area of coming and going, thankfully, Eight of Swords. This is kind of an interesting card because of the fact that you see the lady all tied up, but the swords are not preventing her from moving forward. And in fact, the ropes around her are not really very secure. She could walk away if she wanted to. Walk away from her thoughts, walk away from her speech. Walk away maybe from people around her, like the swords around her who are negative. She can walk away, but to this moment has not chosen to. And that's one of the reasons why I like the Queen of Swords so much, because she's willing to move forward. And I think that's what you need to do, because you're kind of trapped in your thoughts, in your thinking. And to highlight that, let's go to the energy of pushing and pulling. Nine of Swords. Man, those ghosties that visit you in the night. Usually 4, 5, maybe 6 o'clock in the morning. And you start thinking about what if, and it just tears you apart. Yeah. You are in a situation right now where you're doing that. You are reliving something in your mind, and it's just tearing you apart. Now, you could, as we said, walk away, right? You could do that. And in fact, you have the capacity to do that in a very nice fashion with the Queen of Swords. You can do that. You can find the truth. You can search for the truth. You can change your speech, change your thinking. You're open to it. What you have to do is imagine, move forward. Imagine, move forward on some area in your life. And then in the final card here for pushing and pulling energy, pulling us in is our dream, wishes fulfilled, 9 of Cups. We know where we want to go. We know how we want to feel. Cups are love, right? Emotion, right? We know how we want to feel. But it's our thinking that's creating a lot of grief. And what it's doing in that regard is keeping us from imagining a much better future. That's what we want to get to. We want to be able to manifest. We want to manifest this wish fulfilled. Can do it. Can do it. Don't worry. We're moving now to the second row and the magnifier card. First one, Knight of Cups. Absolutely. Present yourself with the news, with the gift of love, of self-love. I cannot state that enough. Love yourself. Appreciate yourself. Gift love to you. Imagine, going back to our card, imagine yourself loving yourself. Not in a selfish way, because real love of self is not a selfish thing. It's not an ego thing. And so the Knight of Cups says, yes, that is the key to imagining this happily ever after. Love yourself. Second magnifier card, Ace of Pentacles. A sense of self-worth. I know, Pentacles deal with money. Okay, that's the problem with the world, because whenever we talk about value, we always talk about money. I think it was Gandhi who said, we know the price of everything but the value of nothing. This card says it. Value self. Love self. These are the two things that you need to be able to do to be able to imagine your happily ever after. Is it going to be a perfect world? No, of course not. But you have the power to manifest. Use it. love yourself. That's where it begins. And in fact, the two vice versa cards for today, let me see if I can get this right. It's very difficult to do this because it's all backwards in the monitor in front of me. We got the Two of Wands and the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is nostalgia. It's going back to, a lot of people go, well, it's an old love. Well, yeah. Maybe back in the ancient times you loved yourself before you were trained otherwise. Maybe not. I don't know. But you need to go back to an era of love, self-love probably, self-respect, and then apply that to your future, because that's what the Two of Wands is all about. Passion, enthusiasm, excitement, possibility, opportunity. Look at him looking into the distance, the sun, the beautiful sun. His globe lighting up in the face of the sun, picking up the energy from the sun. So in a way, you almost have to go backward in time to step forward into the future. Go back to a time where you loved yourself. Go back to a time where you appreciated yourself. Go back to a time when you felt comfortable in your own skin. And how do you get there? What's the bridge? Imagine, manifest this self-love and better future for you. But remember, you got to go back to the past, to a time when that was the case. You might be a very small child. Doesn't make any difference. Take those feelings, bring them with you. Imagine and manifest. Woo, that's a good one for you today. Remember, like, subscribe, share, click the little bell, because that will give you daily notifications, because I do a daily tarot read, as I mentioned, 365 days a year. I love it when you're here. I miss you when you're not here, but you know how to catch up very easily. And so between now and the next time you and I have a chance to talk tarot together, as always, I wish you blessings.